Welcome back to another live stream, and this time we're at Brisbane International in Queensland, Australia, and we'll be taking the same Jetstar Airbus A320 to Mackay. It's a bit north along the coastline, and the flight time is around 1 hour 29 minutes. So yeah, we're basically picking up from where we left off last time. So welcome back. I hope everybody who joins in the stream enjoys it. And let's get on with it. So we parked at gate 29 at the domestic terminal. The international terminal is way over there. I think there's anyone there right now. We're at domestic terminal gate 29. Right. Let's start with the EFP in the Phoenix section. Import the flight plan. Okay. We have 55 minutes. Meta 23 degrees. An extra 1500, 1.5. Fuel plant 9.5. I'll just take 10 points or 11. Gonna take that after my love. Start loading the aircraft. I better check my pedestal. Engine start switches off. Parking brake set. And lighters are off. Batteries on. Let's turn up our self-test done. Let's start with the triple chime. That is the queue for the self-testing executed. And IRS3. that's a nice vantage point for a screenshot. And it's available. So now we should get the AP available. Right. So we can now turn on the chrono and wait for 2 minutes before turning on the bleeds. In the meantime, I better get the passengers loaded. Load aircraft. Oh, it's stuck. Yeah, GS exporting and refueling. Good. Swissport. Okay. Here's a refueling truck. Nice. Air BP.
Jetstar A320
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not turn on the speakers louder.
Passengers boarding starting.
Sorry about that.
Seatbelt can now be fastened, ready for departure.
So it's 2 minutes.
No
We can
smoking today.
shut the chrono
Thank you
off.
for observing this policy.
Lead can go on. And packs will turn on in a few seconds. There you go.
This way, please.
And then your passengers.
Brisbane traffic, Jetstar 787 to the person on the ground in Brisbane. What runway is in use?
What runway are we using? What runway are we using? Let's give them a call. Last station calling, Jetstar 888. I think we're using runway 19 left.
Roger that. Jetstar 787. Thank you.
Brisbane perfect, United 97 Heavy. Seems we have some free airspace now. Try to take off.
Okay, so let's get on with the FMCC. Atsu AOC. Do we have any receive messages? Load sheet. Accept 0 fuel weight. That's from the company, right? That's when I did not change the... Yeah. Then you have this. And I think there's the updated... do you have the updated fuel? Potable water... Fuel and tanks 11,000 kilograms, 11 tons. So accept that. So we have a CG 0 fuel weight of just a minute. 32.1% is the CG, right? And where's the zero fuel weight? It's up there somewhere. Zero fuel weight 60.1. 60.1. Okay. So I viewed it, so I can accept it. Right, back to the AOC menu and flight init and init data request. Yeah, we'll be carrying 170 passengers. That's a lot. And there we go. Brisbane to Mackay, and that's Townsville. A bit further northwest towards Cairns. Right. Okay.
Brisbane traffic, Jetstar 787. We're on the base runway 19 left, full stop. We'll try and vacate one of the taxiways that's not in use. I'm checking now.
In front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed into an overhead locker. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure an on-time departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board.
Brisbane traffic, United 97 to the airport,
This
runway
is a
19
no
left.
smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Minus 31, so let's see. Flight level 300 or 30,000 feet. Minus 30, just about right. Right.
Brisbane traffic, Jetstar 787 on final runway 19 left, full stop. Brisbane.
19 on left, and we are taking the Big Z2. Are we taking the Big Z2? Big Z2 departure. Big Z2 departure. There are no transitions. All the best, Jetstar 787.
Go ahead, Jetstar 787.
Right, so we have City, Toggin, Album, Amble, D-Bay, Bookboo.
Brisbane traffic, Jetstar 787. We will be coming around for the 401 right. When you get out here, we just had to manually select Jetstar.
Charts. Still loading.
Brisbane traffic, Jetstar 787, we got a ditch in the Brisbane River, we're not making it back to the airfield.
Sorry to hear that. Take care. And we'll be sending in the emergency services. So we're here. We'll be going via 19 left. Strike. Taxi to Bravo. Or taxi to Alpha. Bravo 4, Alpha, Alpha 1. That should do it. And the departure should be Big Z2. Big Z2. Big Z2. Okay, it's for 19 up. Oh yeah, this one. So city, the first one should be city. Right, then Toggin, then Amble, D-Bay, Bukku, Big Sat. And we have to be above 10,000, not below 10. Oh. Just a minute, max 240 until above. At above 5,000. Turn right. 10,000, so we can it will follow the restrictions. Let me have a look. There are restrictions. Flight plan 5,000, 240, 10,000. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight. Please place your large bags into the overhead lockers, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed into an overhead locker. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure an on-time departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Lumber. That's all right. Right, is refueling done? Done. Passenger signs can go on. No smoking to auto. Or should it be on? Should be auto, I think, but I don't know why it's not on. Okay. External power can be shut off. Could have done that before also. Fuel tanks, fuel pumps on. And we can FCU brightness. It's already bright. Right, let's fill in the flight init B page. So zero fuel weight is 60.1 according to load sheet, and according to Phoenix's EFB we have live figures. Okay, really? Okay, so that was wrong. So it's 57.6 let's do that. 57.6/32.1. Block fuel is 11, yeah, round it off to 11 tons, and we can go back to the operational flight plan, get our headwind, tailwind, wind component minus 46, so minus 46 is a headwind of 46 H046, I guess. Yeah. Right. So trip, and these we have to enter ourselves. So route reserve. Trip is this. Contingency. I took an extra 11. No, I took an extra what? How much did I add? Supposed to be 9.5, added a 1500, right? So I'll do 1500 for the contingency. 1.5. And alternate Townsville 2.4. 2.4. Final reserve FINRES 1.2. So 1.2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight. Please place your large bags into the overhead lockers,
And we can
wheels
go back.
first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags,
request that
duty-free
route.
and loose items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed into an overhead locker. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Ignore. Right, let's get on with the performance. Takeoff performance. 190 left, dry, sync load sheet. So, right, sync live weather. Calculate. 156, 158, 159. Flaps 1, down 0.2. Trim is 0.2 down. Negative. Flex temperature 64. So that's done. Right, back. So performance. We have the performance here. Good. We have the flight plan here. Get the chocks removed. GPU, chocks and cones moved. No, not yet.
Now complete. Any remaining ground crew, please leave the aircraft.
Why on the stairs? Maybe? Okay, well, let's get GSX to prepare for pushback and departure.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And we can
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
we have another company message. A third load sheet. But that's wrong, isn't it?
Locking gear.
We'll be doing tail south, tail, this is north, tail north, tail north.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brisbane traffic, Jetstar A388, pushing back at gate 29. Brisbane traffic.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, here we go.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
Ignition on. Engine 2 first. Oh, I did the opposite. Should have chosen south. I chose the wrong direction. Okay, I'll just taxi around.
Thank you.
Please set parking brakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320.
Waiting your confirmation for a
Please
good
pay
engine start.
attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions include life jackets and the brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew is nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind
Available.
you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit.
Number
In an
1.
emergency, leave all baggage on board. Your
Oh,
seatbelt is
forgot to do
fastened,
this.
adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap, pull on each side to adjust, put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle.
Charlie
Inflate
4,
or needs
Bravo,
topping up, blow into this tube.
5,
There is a
and
light
Alpha.
and whistle for
Alpha
attracting
1.
attention. The cabin cabin crew can assist you with life jackets for children.
available. And
Your
so
tray table must now be stowed,
ignition can go
armrest
off,
down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened.
and we can
Further
tell.
information regarding your
Cockpit
safety
to ground.
report can be
We have a
found
good
on
engine
the
start.
in-flight magazine.
You can disconnect.
We hope you have a great flight.
I forgot to turn the beacon lights. Let them move away.
Unlocking gear.
And the QNH is
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
7. Right, and where's the Mashda? Or thank you. Have a good trip. Now, flaps go to 1. Trim goes to minus 0.2. Trim down 0.2. And we can now check the flight controls. Forward, neutral, back, neutral, left, neutral, right, neutral, and the rudders, rudder right, neutral, left, and neutral. And we should also take care of the takeoff configuration. Maximum spoilers can be armed. And taxi lights on. Back to the charts. Brisbane traffic, Jetstar AAA taxiing to runway 19 left via Charlie 4, Bravo 5 and Alpha 1. Brisbane traffic. Okay, let's remove the parking brake. And we're moving. 6 minutes to start the engine and get on with the taxi. I think that was Bravo 24. Next one is Charlie 4. That's Charlie 4. I think so. Turn coming up.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
I'm taxiing at the moment. Yes, hello.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Back to Bravo 5. and on to Alpha. Terrain on ND can be turned on. 10 nautical miles. Constraints on. Yes, we're late as usual for our departure. Let's just get the predictive and share to auto system 1, system 2. Too fast. And we're going to smash into that fuel truck. No, he's too fast for us. And brake. Always does that. Slow down. Park here and turn on all the lights and take off, and down here turn it to Tara. Brisbane traffic, Jetstar 888 lining up runway 19 left. Brisbane traffic. Just line up. Why is the runway too sticky? Slow it down a bit. It's not moving on its own. Oh, come on. Right, we're on 19 left. Brisbane traffic, Jetstar A320 departing runway 19 left. Brisbane traffic. So, before takeoff, landing lights, runway turn-up lights on, and we can brake here. Nose light to takeoff. Tara. Flaps 1. Chrono. Stick forward. EPR 1.05. Stable. Flex. Man SRS. Runway 80 knots coming up. So not a good takeoff. $140, $150, and rotate. On to the flight directors. Positive rate, gear up. Down. Autopilot on. Flap production speed. Thrust levers to climb. Climb detent. No, climb detent. Oops, climb detent. Brisbane traffic, Jetstar A320 airborne. And there's the S speed, we can retract the flaps. Beautiful scenery, beautiful. Ah, we have downtown Brisbane here. And I'm going to just go for an outside view, turning down the volume a bit. Approaching 10,000 feet, and the landing lights can go off. And altimeters to standard. That's quite a climb. I mean, within 5 minutes we're at 10,000 feet. Yeah, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, we're at 12,000 feet. Right, okay. Forward cabin, 24, 26, 24. Not bad. We can go to flight plan. I'll leave it on this view for a minute. We'll turn on the passenger signs. I mean, turn off the seatbelt signs. Right. That's beautiful. The water, the color of the water is beautiful. I like that light blue tint. And now we can safely increase the range. We'll be flying almost on the coast. I think 40 nautical miles or 25 nautical miles till the top of descent. So I'll leave the computer for a few minutes. I'll leave it at on outside view. have a look at the charts for Mackay. For Mackay Airport, ground charts. Still loading. Internet seems to be a bit slow. Can't handle the load. Right, we have a long way to go. Yeah. So yeah, airport. It's a single runway airport. We'll be going to the terminal. And since if we're landing from 1-4, we'll be vacating to the left, so we'll say to the right. If we're landing from runway 32, we backtrack and go to Alpha or Bravo. Yeah, in either case we'll be vacating to the right. But since our operational flight plan tells us it's going to be 114. What's the weather? What are the current winds for arrival? Not available? Why? Why not? Come on, MSFS. There is one for Townsville. None available for. What do I write for the? I'll just use the E key for the RNAV. Yeah, cheating. So we're supposed to arrive basically starts at Belkay. After that is that RNAV for approach. And let's have a look at RNP14. It's not an RNP-AR, so I think it's going to be, we will require an accuracy of 0.3 or less, or how much. Let's have a look. RNAV. VNAV DA360. Alright. Bravo, Mike, Kilo, 14. Have another fix of Yankee, Bravo, Mike, Kilo, 14. 10 nautical miles. What would be the radio for 139 if the course is 139? Then the radio would be 319. And there we go. Now, I'll try looking up the METAR on my phone. And how long is it till the top of descent? Still long flight. It's like 240 nautical miles. It's a long flight. It's a long, long flight. Okay, so it appears that the meta for Mackay is not available even on the phone, or I tried different sources. I couldn't find a meta. The nearest meta that I could find was Townsville, and there was one other source which I don't remember which air station that was or weather station that was, and the QNH at the nearest source and even at Townsville is 1015 HPA. So I'll use that in the FMGC, and once we're below 10,000 feet, I'll use the B key, which in Microsoft Flight Simulator basically sets your altimeters to the current barometric setting, so the correct one. So I'll use that just before we enter the RNAV procedure, or after we go down to 10,000 feet. And if I'll keep pressing it from time to time to update the altimeter, because we don't have any ILS and we'll be going down basically via the RNAV approach. Right, so let's check the progress page, and we can do Yankee Bravo Mike Kilo YBMK 14. It's a distance of 260.2 nautical miles. We're going for quite fast. Accuracy is high. Perf page we won't get till 80 nautical miles. Currently we're flying on the Victor 308 airway and Aldib. Aldib is the current waypoint ahead of us, 50 nautical miles. The top of descent is between MSUP and Velke. Right. Also, I forgot to have a look at the missed approach procedure. So in case we miss we have to go around. Come on. In case we have to go around, track direct to BMKNH, then track 139, which is basically the runway heading, climb to 2500. Okay, that's the missed approach procedure. And then I guess you go into holding somewhere. Right. So we're basically here. That's Rockhampton. Should have taken a flight to Rockhampton. And that's Mackay. Oh, to Emerald. That's a nice airport, inland airport. Right. I hope I don't have to discontinue the stream because my power grid is very unreliable these days. It's summertime and we're having a lot of power outages. So I hope I can manage to complete the stream. And yeah, not that I stream every day, I only stream on weekends unless I have time on weekdays. It gets very hot in my room. Okay. So we are, what's the time? The live time, UTC time is 2:07. We have a company message. But before that, I just want to have a look. 2:36. Another half an hour. Basically, another half an hour. Let's have a look at the outside view. That's either that's a change in the weather in MSFS or that's turbulence. In any case, seatbelt signs go on. For a while. Should have taken a higher altitude, but whatever. Let me turn on the air conditioner. Just give me a minute, guys. Seatbelt signs remain on. The wind's quite nasty over here. Have a look at the wing flex. No? We can let the passengers go. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to take another break, 5 minutes, and then return. Leave it on this. Go. So, for anyone who just joined in, this is a flight from Brisbane to Mackay. Both airports are located in Queensland, and we're flying as Jetstar A388. We're using the Airbus A320, the Phoenix Airbus A320, not the fly-by-wire one, and we're almost halfway through. And let's have a look. I think we should be, yeah, almost 80 nautical miles from the top of descent and enter destination data. Now, before I do that, because I have no METAR for Mackay, yeah, I'll take Townsville's METAR. I'll use the QNH, temperature, and wind. Wind I'll use. Let's go to the performance, landing performance. 1.4, dry, good. Let's do 150 at 150 and 15 knots. Enter that. 29. 29 and 1015. I may be doing this totally wrong. It may be totally inaccurate, but I have no other choice. I have no other option. So let's have a look at the fuel on board is 7.5 tons, and by the time we reach Mackay it will be 6.8. so that's a 0.7 tons, 700 kilograms less from the gross weight, which is 65.1, so it should be 64.4. I think so. Landing weight should be 64.4. Yeah. It's a short runway. So we'll use medium outer brake, full flap, max reverse, manual land. Yeah, it's all the way. The full runway length. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't realize Mackay was a very short, had a very short runway. I did have a look at the chart, but I didn't read the runway length. It's like only 6,500 feet. Okay, right. So we'll backtrack on 3-2 and we'll come via Alpha or Bravo. Via Alpha would be better, I think. Okay. Alright, so enter destination data, next phase. Descent is already at a high cost index, no need to do that. 1015, 29. This may be totally inaccurate. This may be right actually. I'll leave it at that. Barrow I think was 360. R914. 360. 360. And we're landing at full flap. Next phase, go around. So it's either the MSA or your missed approach altitude, whichever is lower. It's going to be missed approach or this 2500 feet, engine out, acceleration 2500. Still need to know why they do this. I'm still not sure about this. So that's the data, and yeah, wind, descent wind. Do I have to request it or is it already updated? Insert the uplink. We go to the perf. Does it update the data? No, that's fixed, I think. Right. RadNav. Do we need any VORs for the... Are there any VORs? Or any NDVs? For 10 knots. Max for initial is 210 knots. So Lumba, for Lumba, it's 210 knots. Yeah, there it is. Right, and I'll decrease the altitude to all the way down to 1700 feet. Is my voice clear? Is my voice coming? Yeah, it's clear. Right. Single display streaming. That's the. I have to alt tab to look at the chat and my OBS studio. Right. So landing brake medium, just so that I don't forget. And right. I'll descend early. I don't care about the... I'll descend like when it's... Let's do 40. I'll descend at 20 nautical miles from the top of descent. And surprisingly, last week there was no ATC. This week there's also no ATC. Maybe I stream earlier than usual for the controllers. Normally there used to be ATC available on Sundays, especially at Melbourne and Sydney, and even sometimes at Brisbane. So I don't know. So perf done, progress page done, fixes done, RadNav. I don't know what to put in the RadNav. It's going to be taking the Rockhampton VOR. Go around and engine out acceleration. Secondary flight plan. Yeah. Copy active. And just in case we miss, we have to go from the other runway, we'll use VOR 32. VOR 32. Why not? And the same LK1. Yeah. Vias will be. Let's have a look at the vias. Flight plan. Secondary flight plan. Babham. So arrival will be Babham. Via will be Babham, or what will be the via? If I have a look at the R nav LK1 arrival, taking a long time. It's 20 nautical, no, it's 30 nautical miles. LK1 R nav arrival, Babham, and no vias. Just so that I know, all approach VOR32. Let's keep that also there. And initial approach fixes 10 nautical miles out, and that's, yeah. And we have the Mackay VOR 112.7, and the approach course is 323. Right, so it's an offset approach. MDA is conditional. Right. So we have to go via MK. VOR, then turn around. So MK. MK1. Could have a look at the secondary flight plan. It's going to be in white. No, secondary flight plan. Secondary flight plan. Yes. Oh, come on. So I think that looks just like the one in the chart. Right. Back to primary flight plan. Back to arc mode. And we are... Let's descend. Let's descend. Decelerate. Okay. Mackay traffic. Jetstar A320 descending from flight level 300 to flight level 100. Mackay traffic. And we can go open descent. No. Manage descent. Decelerate. Miss the double descent. And the strobe lights can go to on. We're going down fast. And what's our descent rate? 500 feet per minute. constraints on, and we won't be needing the flight directors for. No, we'll be needing flight directors. We won't be needing the landing scales for this approach. Let's do standard, let's do the local QNH 1015. Then I can press B. Let's press B. Standard, okay. I'll use 1015. Even though I'm above the transition level. Shouldn't be doing this, should I? No. Guess go back to standard. I'll do it below 20,000 feet. Okay. Seems like the B key doesn't work either at this altitude, or even the B key doesn't work because I'm either offline in MSFS or something, because I did get the bandwidth too low message. Should be able to make the restrictions. Thrust idle. Now, do leave a like, everybody, whoever's watching. I think I see only 2 concurrent views. I don't know if anyone watches this stream for more than 5 seconds. Going down quite fast. There we go. Deceleration. and we can turn on the landing lights, off, on. Since there's no ATC, might as well put on takeoff, and enter destination data. Why? I did enter destination data. Is it not right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, magazines that you do not want to keep. The toilets are no longer in service. Thank you.
I mean, the airport we're passing, it's on our left. There's some industrial area and or port. That's Mackay Airport, I think. Thrust idle. Let's keep the speed below 250. At 6,000 feet, I'm going to activate the approach phase, and let's try B again. Ah, QNH 1014 works. Okay, good. We do have a tailwind. We're landing at the wrong runway. Oops. Let's see. Coming down to deceleration point, and we'll activate the approach phase. Approach phase activated, and let's press the approach button. Flight control, speed brake, still out, okay. And approach phase. And yeah, final lap. Speed brake out. Going down to flap retraction speed. Flap deployment speed. There you go, flaps 1. Okay, traffic, Jetstar 888 at 5 mile 10 mile final for runway 14, Mackay traffic. Okay, and flaps 2. And gear down. Let me turn on the recorder. Forgot. Need to turn on the recorder, very important. Yes. Record. Recording. And it's a desert. It's a dry, arid area. Okay. Right, we're on final lap. Everything seems to be going okay. Have a look at the FMGC. Entered. Y 1014. Here we go. There we go. And we have a crosswind. Okay, it wasn't bad. It wasn't wrong, all that wrong. Okay. And yeah, 1014. And we'll go down to full flaps. Let's wait on the flaps. Let it level out. And where's the runway and all that ground clutter?
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
Flaps full. And down to missed approach altitude. No, it's going to go down in any case. I'll need to set it to 2500 once we're down. Yeah. Now, where's the runway? There's the runway. Okay. 2500 feet. Missed approach. Runway heading. And there we go. Mackay traffic, Jetstar A320, 4 mile final for runway 14, Mackay traffic. Let's have a look at the lights. Everything's on. It's approach mode on. Final lap. The V speed is a bit high. Why? Speed. V up, let's put it down to 129 or 130. Why are we so high on the V speed? Let's go down to 130, 140, 41, VLS 136, 141. It's having trouble. It's quite fast. Okay.
500.
Auto throttle go off.
100 above.
And do it high.
Minimum.
This might be a go around.
Think rate.
Might be a go around.
$50, $40, $30. Retard. 10.
Bouncy landing. Reverses. And we can vacate here. Wow, good. Not bad. And welcome to Mackay, everybody. We made it. It was a bouncy hard landing, but we actually made it to Mackay. And we'll vacate the runway here. Speed brakes can go down, spoilers down. Flaps up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved during flight. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your journey.
Mackay traffic, Jetstar A320, vacated runway 14, Mackay traffic. Let's park somewhere. I think gate number 4 is available on GSX. No, it's just still on that. We'll park like it's right in front of me. Terrain, ND on terrain, off. And off. Yeah, no, the throttle does that. Is that 4? That's 4. That's 4. We'll take 4. And like that. Take that, take that, take that, take that. Slightly towards the left. Let's creep up a bit. Apart excuse. Not good. Let's creep up a bit. And taxi lights can go off. No, I don't want to blind him. There we go. Parking brake on. And predicted wind shear off. Yeah, right. So now for the replays. And I'll just log off Vatsim. Mackay traffic, Jetstar A388, logging off from the network. Bye bye. So let's log off from Vatsim. And I'm going to stop the recording. load the replay file. Yeah, and I'm going to turn off my microphone.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
that was the whole flight from Brisbane to Mackay. I'm not satisfied with the landing, but if you enjoyed the flight, if you liked something, some aspect of the whole video, whole stream, do leave a like and help the channel grow. Yeah, our goal should be to reach 500 subscribers if we can, as soon as possible. So that's it from me, from my side. I'll be logging off now. Bye bye. Take care.